Hey guys, what's up? It's Dreadscape Gaming here, and today on the channel we're taking a look at another version of the bow Primordial Malzeno Endgame build. This one in particular is going to take advantage fully of Blast with the male Soul Piercer, so let's get right into it, shall we? So the male Soul Piercer, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is the Sworn Magnamalo bow. It has 340 attack, Blast 28. It has 0 affinity, no defense bonus. Slots, it gives you a level 3 slot and a level 1 slot. This is kind of why a lot of people tend to gravitate towards this one as opposed to the Tiastra Bowl. But there is also one other thing to note. The other thing that people really like about this bow is that it gives you Pierce level 5, Spread level 3, Spread level 5, and a Rapid level 1. So it's really mostly a spread arrow build, or arrow bow for that matter. So because its spread is really good because it hits a lot of monster parts and wide area base. It's great. The only drawback with spread arrow typing is the fact that you have to be very close to the monster, but spread and blast together is really good. Alright, so let's get into it. Primordial Helm, 2 level 4 gem slots. Here you have Bloodrite level 3, Blast is gemmed in. Here we have Primordial Mail. You have 2 level 4 sockets and a level 2 socket. Here you have Blood Awakening level 1, Burst level 1, everything else is gemmed in. Here you have Primordial Van Braces. You get 2 level 4 sockets and a level 2 socket. Here you get Blood Awakening level 1, Critical Boost level 1, everything else is gemmed in. Primordial Coil, 2 level 4 sockets and a level 2 socket. Here you get Burst level 2, Critical Boost level 1 naturally, everything else is gemmed in. Here you have the Primordial Greaves. You get 2 level 4 sockets, no level 2 socket here, take note of that. You get Blood Awakening level 1, Critical Boost level 1, and Part Breaker level 3 naturally. Everything else is gemmed in. For the Petulance, I have the Underworld Petulance, but you could use whatever Petulance you prefer. For my Talisman, this is going to be a very tall order for a lot of people. So I understand if you can't necessarily get this roll, but you're going to need it for this build. You need at least a Constitution level 4 with a level 4 gem slot. So you're going to have to pray to RNG and hopefully get it. But it comes in quite handy for this build because it gives us the flexibility that we need. Alright, for the decorations, you're going to want Charge Jewel 2 here, with a Shockproof Jewel 1. For the Rampage slot, we're using Tiastra Soul Jewel 2. For the Primordial Helm, we have Blast Jewel plus 4 and a Blast Jewel plus 4. For the Primordial Mail, we have Hard Steadfast Jewel plus 4, a Refresh Jewel plus 4, and a Refresh Jewel 2. For the Primordial Van Braces, we have Spread Jewel plus 4, a Spread Jewel 3, and a Tenderizer Jewel 2. For the Primordial Coil, we have a Mighty Bow Jewel plus 4, or excuse me, Mighty Bow Jewel 4, which pretty much you kind of need for this build because that's the only way to really get maximum bow in this build. Alright, Charge Jewel plus 4 as well, and a Tenderizer Jewel 2. For the Greaves, we have Physique Jewel 2, and a Tenderizer Jewel 2. For the Boon Talisman, we have Hard Brace Jewel 4. So there is flexibility where you could gem in other level 4 slots, but then you're going to lose Weakness Exploit, which you definitely need for this build. Let's give you a full breakdown of the stats here. Before I do that, though, there's one thing I do want to talk about. Let's talk about coating. So this bow and arrow has close range coating. All of them do naturally. We have also power coating, blast coating, and exhaust. So we don't have poison, power, and sleep. Keep that in mind. Full breakdown of stats now. So for the attack, we have 355 attack, 38 blast element, 0 affinity. For the defensive stats, we have 988 defense. This is with maxed out armor spears in every piece of the gear, as well as augmenting for stability plus, where we have plus 10 defense, and at least in each piece of the gear. For the resistances, we have minus 7 fire resistance, water resistance plus 13, thunder resistance plus 13, ice resistance minus 2, dragon resistance minus 22. For the full skill breakdown, we have Constitution level 5, reduces stamina depletion when evading, blocking, or during certain actions. At level 5, reduces fixed stamina depletion by 50%, which is very handy. For this, we have Blast Attack level 3, increase the rate of blast build-up. Blast build-up has a maximum limit. At level 3, blast build-up plus 20%, bonus plus 5. Critical Boost level 3, increase the damage of critical hits. At level 3, increase damage dealt by critical hits to 40%. Weakness Exploit level 3, increase the affinity of attacks that exploit a monster sweet spot At level 3, attacks that hit weak spots have 50% increased affinity. Stamina Surge level 3 speeds up stamina recovery. At level 3, stamina recovery speed plus 40%. Spread Up level 3 increase the attack power of spread ammo and spread arrow types. At level 3, greatly increase the power of spread ammo, shrapnel ammo, and spread type arrows. Stun resistance level 3 reduce stun duration. At level 3, completely prevents stun. Part Breaker level 3 makes it easier to break or sever parts of monsters. At level 3, part damage plus 30%. Flinch Free level 3 prevents knockbacks of our reactions to small damage. Level 3 prevents knockbacks and tripping. Bloodright level 3 works in conjunction with Part Breaker. A portion of damage is converted to health when striking a broken monster part. At level 3, further increase the amount of health you recover. Charge Master level 3 is something I've been testing out, and it seems to be very good for this build. When a charge attack hits a monster, the element and the status buildup of charge attack increases. Remember, you are charging up your bow and arrow to do charge attacks. So at level 3, when active, grants a large increase to elemental damage and status buildup. Burst level 3 continuously ending hits gradually increases attack and elemental attack. Level 3, upon attack hit, temp attack plus 5, element plus 5, I'm not going to matter, we're not using elemental bow here. Hit 5 successive times for a huge stat boost. Blood Awakening level 3 gradually bolsters your attacks for a certain period of time, depending on how much health you regain when landing attacks. This works in conjunction with Bloodright, so at level 3, adds a bigger bonus increase to effects that bolster your attacks. Fire Attack level 2, don't pay any attention, it's not going to do anything on this build. Bow Charge plus level 1, though, is important. Increase max bow charge level by 1 so that you can actually use the hidden arrow type for every bow. At level 1, just activates the effect. Shock Absorber level 1 disables damage reactions when you hit a friend or when a friend hits you. This is very important for multiplayer because you won't get tripped by your teammates, you won't get knocked up into the air by teammates, and you will not stagger your teammates when they will eventually jump into your bow and arrow shots to try to get towards the head. It happens a lot of multiplayer. It's just the thing that happens in Monster Hunter. This helps mitigate some of those headaches. Alright, with that being said, we're going to do a quick demonstration with my favorite punching bag, the Great Izuchi. So, let's do this. Alright. So, with this bow and arrow, obviously you don't have reload speed gemmed in at level 2, so you won't naturally be able to switch between the coatings, so you're going to have to actually hit the button to do that. If you don't know how to do that, look in the help guide, because it's kind of silly for me to actually have to explain that. With, again, this bow and arrow, since it's mostly a spread arrow, we're going to have to be very close to the monster to do the most optimal amount of damage. When the screen shakes, we are in critical distance of the weapon, which means we are in perfect range to do damage. We'll start with... Oh, he moved out of the way like a cutie. So, if you see the screen shaking like that, you know you're in perfect range for a bow and arrow. Only time I'm really going to explain it because I have to kind of focus on damage rotations here. Again, we have to get very close to the monster because of spread arrow type. What you're going to want to do is dodge and fire sometimes. Every time you dodge, by the way, just dodge back because... Okay, that's going to get knocked down. I'm not going to switch to closer range just yet because we still have a lot of power. Oh, interesting. Let me set some bombs here, like a good player. We could do a Dragon Piercer if they set it right. I always hate when the AI, to be honest with you, does this because then I have to do crazy stuff like this. So we're going to Dragon Piercer, fire it off here. Probably hits a little. Okay, did. Okay, great. Let's watch for Tail Strike. Move. Okay, broke apart. It's going great. Fire off a couple more. Got another stun. Running out of our power shots pretty soon, so let's wait. Fire off more. Okay, got 3 shots left. So make them count if we can. You always want to be in the monster's yellow spot, usually. Sometimes, obviously, as you are... Well, that's perfect. So we're going to go close range coding here, because the monster is exactly in close range, so it could do a massive amount of damage here, which is really the strongest part about this particular bow and arrow. Alright. Gonna switch here to blast coding, just because the situation changed. We're not going to be up close and personal. Okay, let's go. We'll fire off a couple of these. It's coming towards us. Charge up the bow and arrow. Unfortunately, I need him to turn around. Okay, there we go. I think I'm not going to get hit by this. Yeah, so I'm going to stay here. Looks like Teddy Bear's here, so As you can see, a monster's almost dead. I would love for him to ignore the Azuros, but he's not. Just keep wailing on him for now. Okay. I have no choice because I have the auto wirebug attack here, but what I'm gonna do is just run him into here. Let me run him away. Just because he kind of affects the clear time quite a bit. Alright. I'm gonna switch to exhaust coating here, just because we need to have this monster slow through. Now that's perfect. Kind of acts for better damage rotation. Alright, let's go. And we secured the KO. Alright. And that's pretty much all there is to this version of my Primordial Malzeno bow build. Endgame. The only difference here is that we're swapping out element for blast damage. And if you want to do a lot of blast damage, the way to go usually is with the, you know, Scorn Magnamalo bow and arrow. So that's the results you're going to get. You can run the Risen Tiastra armor with blast bow, but the problem is you don't have as many gem sockets. So what happens is you run out of a lot of space for comfy skills. And most of the time what you end up having to do then is forsake the Constitution, unless you had a Constitution Stamina Surge, you know, maxed out talisman, which is very rare to come by. I'm still in my hours of playing this game, and I have like at least 300 hours in the game clock of it, and probably like 200 or 300 more hours off of online play. You're probably not gonna, you know, be able to run into that talisman very easily. I have yet to. So that's why I say this is probably the better way to go with Blast Bow if you want to play Blast Bow. So let's see what our clear time is anyway while we're at it, right? Okay, let's see. So we have a 3 minute and 23 second clear time with 46 milliseconds. So that's pretty fast, and I didn't do all my damage rotations as good as they could have been. So in a speedrunner's hand, you could probably get this down to even like sub 2 minutes clear time. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's build. As always, a like on this video is greatly appreciated. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, definitely consider doing so, as it does help the channel grow. And I will see you for the next one. Until next time, guys.